Yes, this is another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth with your host, Zacchaeus in the Fifth General. What up, Zacchaeus?
Hey, good to be here. Good to be here. Yay.
What's going
man.
on?
Yeah.
All right, episode 29, season 5. One more from our season finale. I know how we like to do. We like to do our podcast in seasons.
Yes,
so,
we do. Yeah.
You know, This is episode 29. Episode 30 will be the season finale of season 5. All right.
Wow.
Zacchaeus, Zacchaeus, oh, I know what I wanted to talk about now. Ooh, okay. Yes, we actually did have another tragedy. Rich Homie Quan. Almost forgot about that.
Yes, Rich Homie Quan. Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead. You do your opinion, man, and then I'll get into it because the 911 call was pretty sad.
You know, it's sad. When I heard that he passed, I was trying to research what was the cause of death.
Yeah.
Because he's only 33 years old. So I was trying to research the cause of death. And I didn't find it. Maybe they're doing an autopsy. I didn't find it. But I find it strange that healthy young man would just go like that. Gone. Died at his home like he's very old. I find it unusual. Some people are calling it blood sacrifices. I was searching.
Hold on. Before I have to say this to give you context. Zach, I gotta say this before I give you context.
Yeah.
Rich Homie Quan, one of his last interviews, he spoke about drug abuse.
Yes.
He talked about how he had to take something, a pill, whether it be something you smoke, something you snort, something you take. And he said it got to a point of his life, of his music career, where he had to take something pretty much every day so that he could stay focused on his music. So I just want to give you that context, because although we don't have the autopsy, but a lot of people are saying that it could be a drug overdose. All right, you continue. Go ahead.
But that's because I didn't really, I heard about that he was taking substance abuse. I heard he was taking some stuff, and it could be, that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, that stuff can be very addictive.
Yeah,
extremely addictive, where you need to take it so your body can function every day.
Yeah,
and eventually erase your heart, and eventually it kills you.
Yeah.
So it could be a possibility that could be the case.
Yeah.
Because once you get addicted to a substance abuse addiction, it's very difficult to get. It takes the power of Jesus to get you off that thing. Can't just happen overnight, because a lot of artists over the years, over the centuries, that overdose. You heard about the what you call it? The 27, age 27 series. I'm talking about way back in the 70s, where you talk about overdose with Jimi Hendrix, and you're going into Jim Morrison, and you're going into Elvis Presley.
Yep.
Well, Elvis Presley was older. Ray Charles. The list goes on. Then DMX, and then you heard Michael.
Jesus.
Yeah, then you heard of Michael Brown, the actor.
Michael K. That's his name. Michael K. Williams, I think. Michael K.
Michael K. Yeah, the actor.
Yeah.
And you hear things, and rest in peace to all those people I mentioned. And now I'm hearing this, and most people say, "Oh, well, some artists die of overdose," and could be a possibility. Could be that Quan could be. Not too sure. Don't want to say yes, but could be. But yeah. You know, before I get into I think I like having facts instead of saying blood sacrifice. I like having facts, and I like having solid, concrete facts. You know, I do, because I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that on YouTube a little bit slowly. I see some people talking about it. Sad condolences to his family. R.I.P. to him. You know, but yeah.
So I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. I was saying the report was those who have heard the 911 call, it was his girlfriend. So it is said that Rich was on the couch. He fell asleep on the couch overnight on the couch. Didn't even make it to bed. Now I would think at some point, she probably thought he was coming to bed, but he's on the couch. So she's like, okay, well, this is odd. Why is this man still asleep? You know, and when she tried to wake him up, he wouldn't wake up.
Wow.
Yeah.
He passing asleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's pretty much the how he was found. I don't know how many people live in his house. I don't know how that works out. You know, sometimes that's a thing. You know, people who are of a certain, you know, lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, there may be multiple people who live in a house because it may be a big house and they're housing other people, you know?
Yeah.
They could have housekeepers and stuff when they're gone, doing tours and stuff, you know. But his lady was there, called 911.
Yeah.
You know. So
she couldn't wake him.
She couldn't wake him. I can't say drugs killed him in that moment. But I can tell people this though. Here's the thing about drugs. Hard drugs, that is. I'm not talking about weed, but hard drugs. Hard drugs have what you call slow, continual effects, where you could be doing drugs, you could be doing hard drugs. Let's talk about it: crack, heroin, cocaine, right? You could be doing crack, heroin, cocaine, let's say for 10 years straight, and it doesn't kill you, right? Some people have been lucky enough to not die from doing 10 years straight of that. Most people, because there are people who've been out of here on the first try, right? Let's just say that.
You know what I'm thinking of?
Then when you get, go ahead.
I was thinking about ODB.
Yeah, and Rick James.
James, yeah.
So you could be doing that for 10 years straight and get clean, right? You can. You get clean for 1 year. 3 years from being clean, year 3, you die. And people say, well, wait a minute, I thought they got clean. The damage been done. That's what it is. So when if you're somebody who was doing recreational drugs for multiple years, it's a continual damage. It's like having continual years of eating extremely unhealthy and having obesity. At some point, even when you try to lose weight, some of the health damages have already happened inside your body.
Yes. Damage already been done.
So that's what I want to let people know. You know, because I know that's in question. Well, you know, he said he got clean.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad he did. I hope he didn't relapse, because that happens to a lot of people who get clean. You know, sadly, that's the thing about fighting it. When people fight addictions, they have to fight it for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby Christina.
Yeah. Oh, rest in peace. Oh, Whitney Houston, Bobby Christina.
There's something fishy about their deaths. I don't care.
It is something fishy about their death. Yes.
They died the same way. Yeah.
The same way.
Yeah. I've always thought something. Yes, Whitney did things. Yes, Bobby Christina did things. But how they passed away is just too obvious.
Exactly. Same way?
Same way.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not everything you hear, ladies and gentlemen, is what it is.
Yeah.
Not everything that you hear is what it is. Not everything that you hear is what it is. There's more than meet the eyes. You know, the media has their story, and there's another story. There's more than meet the eyes. Remember,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Remember the artist, the dancer. What was the dancer name that died mysteriously when he went to?
Oh God! They said he killed himself. I do not believe that.
I don't believe it either. I
forgot his name, but he was the DJ he was a DJ and dancer for Ellen DeGeneres show.
Ellen DeGeneres, yes. Yeah. I don't believe.
See if I can find his name.
Wiz or Lit.
I always thought something was fishy.
That was fishy. That was totally fishy. And I don't care what, I don't think this man killed himself at all. Period. I don't think so. I don't know. No. He didn't do it. I think his name is
So his real name was Stephen Boss, DJ Twitch.
Twitch, yeah. Yeah, he didn't do it. He didn't do that, no. No. The way how that was done, nah, man.
Dancer, choreographer, Twitch. Yep, him.
Yep. Twitch did not do that to himself. No.
No. I don't believe he did it based off of his. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Okay, I didn't want to do this, but before I do this, let me get to my original point. My original point with the whole hard drugs thing. Like I said, I don't want to throw that out there, but I want people to put this in perspective because I want your lifestyle to not be like this. I don't want you to have a lifestyle of hard drugs.
Right.
And then you go out the same way. Get help. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Okay? I'm not saying Rich died from that, but I just want to put in perspective what Rich talked about. One of his last interviews, he was talking about drug abuse. But back to what we were saying, man, about this. So I caught a lot of heat from people on social media years ago when he passed away, Twitch.
Yeah.
And also she was one of the Miss America people. I think her name was Charlene Christ.
Yes.
Like that. Let's see. I need to get her name because Miss USA. They said she jumped Chesley Christ. They said she jumped from her building, but the apartment that she jumped from wasn't hers. So I always thought something was wrong about that. Okay. Now some would say, well, the reason why she got higher is because she wanted to end it all and not just fall from a low point and then still survive. But then come to find out this woman had stalkers and stuff like that after her for years. Nah, man, I think somebody killed that woman. I don't care what you talk about. That woman was happy. She was excited.
Yes.
Her last Instagram post was very odd.
Right.
Right. She said, I hope you find rest in peace. That was like one of her last posts on IG with her caption.
Wow.
Which is very eerie. I had to unfollow the page just because when I saw that, I was like, oh, nah, man, I'm not.
You good. Yeah.
Yeah. And she was a very beautiful woman. She had a beautiful spirit.
Yeah.
That Miss USA thing got her career opened up with like one of those Access Hollywood Entertainment Tonight shows, right?
Yeah.
So she was on the come up. One of the most beautiful things about her was her hair. She had the most beautiful hair I've ever seen. Like it was the way it was curly.
Yeah.
Like that curl.
Yeah.
She had like this hair curl that was ridiculous, yo.
Wow.
Oh, that fro, it was anyway, she's gone now.
Yeah.
And then Twitch, the man was seen dancing with his wife right before he passed away. I mean, I know people say that, there are people who suffer and they happy all the time and then they kill themselves and they just hiding behind. Look, I get people say that and I get that may have happened. But what I don't like is the rushed investigations to these suicides when people like Chesley Chris and people like Twitch pass away. Why is it so rushed?
Yeah.
That's the conspiracy right there. That's why I have a conspiracy.
Yeah,
okay?
It's rushed.
Not because they committed suicide. It's because when when other people commit suicide, the investigation takes time.
Yes.
But when those two supposedly, ended off, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The investigations was extremely quick.
Fast. It almost seemed like a setup.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, it seemed like a setup. It was too fast.
I beg your pardon?
What, they did some little investigation and that was it? Like a 2 week, a week? And the next week you don't hear about Switch anymore.
If that. A week, please. They spent a week. They spent a week talking about his death. But as far as them doing the investigation and
it vanished.
That was very fast.
Yeah, very vanished. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Homegirl. They ain't even looking to the fact that she may have been pushed.
Nope. He just jumped to when she committed suicide, and that was it. That's where it ended.
Well, they found a typed suicide letter.
Right.
People who commit suicide don't type out letters.
They don't do that. No.
Usually handwritten.
Some things it may seem like a suicide.
Here's my thing about handwritten, right? Wouldn't you investigate if that's their proper handwriting?
Right. That's no. Yeah.
And not every person who does that writes a letter. Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah, because it's you people people usually write scripted letters. They never typed it. But that's number one. Number two, when you see things rushed like that, and you see somebody that's jerry and happy, then all of a sudden we don't know what's going on inside of her, but still, it's just they rush it or they jump to this conclusion. And then people just go on with their life. No further investigation. Do you know much women in black, people that did that too? Like Switch.
Yeah.
There's no further investigation about Switch.
Yeah.
Just died and that's it. Commit suicide and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. They just leave it at that. No digging in for mystery. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a setup. And some things are just set up. Like you're pretending that, what's suicide, but it's really not. Somebody can murder you and then write a suicidal letter. Oh yeah. All
right. We went off on a tangent, but I want to get back on board. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan and condolences to his family. He has
yes.
He had a child, if I'm not mistaken.
He did?
Yeah. I can find out. I see a kid. There's a picture here with a child. I think it's his child. He has two kids. Yeah. See? That's what I'm talking about. He had two kids. Mm-hmm. It's messed up, man. It's sad because I haven't seen him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. At one point, this man was like, I mean, he had a year. He had a really hot year. You know what I mean? Where he was being booked on award shows and everything, and I haven't heard from him in a while.
Right.
And then this is the news we get. You know.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. Yeah. So he had passed away September 5th. We're recording this on September 8th.
Yeah.
They have performed an autopsy, but the autopsy has not been updated as far as the results, so we can't even give it today.
Okay.
So by the time this show comes out, I'm pretty sure the results will probably be released then.
Right.
But condolences to his family.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
All right, Zacchaeus, I wanted to play something before we get into like our topic. Matter of fact, what is our topic for people who are 20 minutes into the show? What are we talking about tonight?
Over possessive behavior.
Okay.
Over possessive behavior. People that are obsessed with their significant other or obsessed with somebody that they're very fond of, they're obsessed to a point where it's dangerous.
Yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up this clip real quick. This is something that came across my feed. It's actually old, but relevant.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
E29 Van Zandt.
Okay.
Your children, the ones that I did not create, they're allowed to do what you do. They sleep all day. They don't come out of the room. They don't do what they need to do.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want you to come over here. I want you to watch this. Let me show you something. Go sit over there. I have a little concern because your sons are not demonstrating that they are learning to be the kind of man I know you want them to be. They're going to demonstrate the kind of man you teach them to be. And I'm not really sure what to do about that. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. That's how you do that. The woman has to talk to her man to get him to move the way she needs him to move. You're not going to get nothing with that.
Your children, the ones that I did not create, they're allowed to do what you do. They sleep all day. They don't come out of the room. They don't do what they need to do.
Wait a minute, hold up. I want you to come over here. I want you to watch this. Let me show you something. Go sit over there. I have a little concern because your sons are not demonstrating that they are learning to be the kind of man I know you want them to be. They're going to demonstrate the kind of man you teach them. And I'm not really sure what to do about that. Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. That's how you do that. The woman has to talk to her man to get him to move the way she needs him to move. You're not going to get nothing with that.
Wow. Zacchaeus, speak on it. I'm going to go in the other room for a quick second.
Okay. Yeah, so you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that it's always about how you speak to somebody. If effective way when you speak to your spouse is basically letting them know exactly, not a harsh tone, not in a rough tone, but you see how E29 Van Zandt did it? Just like that. Like I need you to get you. Your kids are looking at you. Your kids are looking at you as an example of how they should live, or how they're gonna live. So, and the way how she come across, that's a good advice. It's the way how you come across and you speak and you connect with somebody. The yelling, it doesn't get anywhere. It's just a waste of time because you're yelling so much and the person still doesn't hear you because you're screaming, because you're yelling and you're carrying on. So the best way to do it is to talk with a direct voice, a straight voice, but a tone, like a calm voice and a tone voice. Authoritative, but also not screaming, not hollering. And I like the way how at E29 Van Zandt that I gave her that good advice, that good sound advice. Yes. And she took heed. Yeah. It seemed like she took heed, yeah. Because nagging and running your mother's not going to, screaming and hollering, it doesn't really get you nowhere because most of the time people, when you're screaming, you're screaming so loud that they just don't even pay attention. So, yeah.
You would pay attention to the tone.
Yeah, pay attention to the tone of voice,
her tone was those children your children that I didn't create. So it's already aggressive when you're coming at him like that. So she's obviously talking about his kids that he had before her.
Yes, and
so that's already disrespectful.
Yes. Well, she showed, yeah, she just like saying that, listen, we didn't have, I don't know what the situation with them having kids, but it's just that now she's showing that in his face, and now it's like, now there's a separation between the two. Because it was supposed to be, yes, it's my kids, but we're supposed to be a family together. Despite it not being that you didn't birth them, but it's supposed to be because, and there's a thing, folks, every time you marry somebody or date somebody and the person has a child, you're not only just dating that person, you have to deal with the child too. Not only just dating that person, you have to deal with the child. You have to see if you have, not only your chemistry have to be good with the mother, but it also got to be a little bit okay, especially if you want to really get serious with that person. You got to have a little chemistry with the child too. They're a package. They're a package deal. Yeah. And some people operate where they I want to have a relationship with you, not your child. Why are you bringing your child? They're a package deal. Every time you deal with somebody with a child, it's a package deal. Yeah, you got to take, if you love me, my child will be around because it's my child and he or she comes first. Yeah.
Yo, can I read some comments on this post?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So it says here, some people said talking to him and not at him. Learn to communicate effectively. Another comment is her tears at least show remorse, that she realizes and acknowledges the way she speaks to him is wrong. But I could never be with someone who refers to my kids with another person as your kids. Raising children is a team effort. Either you're all in or all out. One person said the ones that I did not create equals breakup worthy in my book. Your children, the ones that I did not create, end quote. I'm amazed at the things that some of my sisters fix their mouths to say. Here's a positive one. Spoke to the king in him, talking about Ayanla. Ayanla showing the power of being feminine. Another comment says, Grandma is right. You need to speak to your partner with respect. I guess this Ayanla grandma, but they probably don't know.
Yeah.
Now there's other people who feel a certain way.
Yeah. Calling their grandma. Okay.
Interesting. Somebody quoted a scripture from Proverbs 15:4. Let me fact check this first before I quote it, because this is actually an interesting scripture. So somebody is referencing Proverbs 15:4.
Okay.
And within the context of this video.
Yeah.
So let me see what that says. I want to make sure it's right, because this is actually a nice scripture.
Yeah.
And I never knew that was in Proverbs. See, that's the thing about the Bible. It's so big.
Yeah.
That you could definitely miss something. This is why we have to constantly read.
Here
we go. This is Proverbs 15:4. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but preservedness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction. But he who receives correction is prudent. In the house of righteous there is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse the knowledge, but the heart of the fool does not do so. I could read more, but I think that's enough. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life.
Yes.
Wow. but
wholesome tongue. Yeah.
But its perverseness in it breaks the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Deep. Proverbs is very deep. Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
yeah. Yes.
You know Zacchaeus' dad? That's pretty deep.
Yes.
That basically plays out what Ayan was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Ayanla did talk to him in a wholesome tone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the ladies in the comment section said it was easy for Ayanla to do that because she doesn't live with him, so she hasn't gone through what the wife is going through with him. Fair enough. Fair enough. But what does the scripture also say? And we can apply it to her. A fool despises his father's instructions. But he who receives correction is prudent. Okay.
Prudent. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So her correction in her instruction was, you need to talk to him this way.
Right.
The woman cried. I'm hoping that was her way of receiving the correction. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And further on Proverbs 15:7, the lips of the wise, in this context, Ayanla would be the wise, disperse knowledge, but the heart of the fool does not do so.
Right.
So she's trying to teach this woman to not be a fool in her marriage.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to teach this woman to have a more wholesome tongue, as the scripture says. Talk to respect. That's respect.
Yes.
Zacchaeus, speak to that.
You know, there's another scripture that I love. Warning comes before destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the advice that Ayanla always shares and gives is golden because she's considered a wise woman.
Yeah.
It's golden. And when she speaks with wisdom.
Yeah.
And now it's up to them, the spouse, the couple, to take heed. Not just listen to it and shake their head up and down, but take heed and follow suit.
Yeah.
Because when people want to do their own thing, and this is what breaks a relationship up too. This definitely breaks a relationship up too. A non-humble spirit.
Yeah.
Well, you're not humble.
Yeah.
Well, you're not humble. And you act like you know everything. You act like that you cannot take no advice. There's people that's married, they have trouble in the relationship, and they refuse to take godly advice or go to any type of counseling because they feel they have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. And every now and then we need instructions, advice, especially with this thing called relationship. You need, if you have issues, bump in the roads, we all have bumps in the roads and issues, but it's how you handle it. And then when wisdom is presented in front of you, and God sends people to share wisdom with you, or you read the word of God, and he shines a light on, gives you wisdom and insight on instruction what you should do. But God gives us free will to do the free will, and if you don't want to take that kind of advice, then when you really, and that's what, when you have a humble spirit, and that's what it is, when you don't want to take instructions or wise counsel. You know what the Bible says about those who don't take a fool don't take wise, they shun wise counseling. They don't like it. They want to do their own thing. And you make the biggest mistakes because you act like you know everything. And that's one thing that breaks a relationship, when you act like you know have you met people like that? You know everything about everything? They act like you know everything about everything. You can't tell them nothing because they act like they know everything. This is across the board. This is men and women. They act like they know everything.
Yeah.
They have an answer for everything. The Bible says be quick to hear and slow to speak. They have an answer for everything. And sometimes you just need to stay silent and listen. Stay silent, listen. You learn no, but when you're always acting like you know this, you act like you know that. Sometimes you can be missing out on instructions on what to do. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can be missing out on instructions. God laid a foundation with you to God. Sometimes you can be missing out on instructions. Because, let's face it, Fifth, God can give you warning in many ways. It's up to us to take it or not. It's up to us. There's so many warning ways, especially if you see some red flags. So many warnings. And God gives us free will. So many warnings. And sometimes some people see red flags. They see destruction coming. But you know what they do? They turn the blind side. They act like they don't see. They see it coming, but they act like it's not coming. And
Zacchaeus, this applies to a lot of things, though. So, if you're someone who is trying to lead coworkers in a business situation, you can't talk to them crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, you can't talk to your friends crazy. You know what I mean?
You can't. No.
So that video applies to many things, but especially if you guys are married. Like, married couples should not be disrespecting each other, man. Like, well, relationships in general, that should not happen. And I get it. Sometimes you get tired of saying the same thing all over and over again, and behavior it wears on you. It wears on you after the 10th time.
Right.
You know, but what I like was this correction and demonstration from this video.
Right.
Shout out to Ayanla. I got something else I want to play.
Okay.
Let me pull this up. I don't know how to go about this, but we'll play it and see where it goes.
Single woman above 30 who is happy being single. Period. No matter how you pretend to be, comma, deep down you want a man. Period. Ain't no semicolons, ain't no dots. She is matter of fact with this statement. Now, I want all women listening to this convo before we have it to understand that the universe is listening to you and your tongue is powerful. You're going to get what you asked for and get it because you asked for it. So before you say, I don't need no man, think about the things you are saying. Lauren, go.
I am happy, but I am going to find my husband.
Okay.
I think that in order for me to find he's going to find me. He's on his way.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to be ready to greet him when he get here. So I think that I had to kind of do what I'm doing right now. I'm getting myself together, but I am in a good space and I want to be because I want to attract somebody who's also in this.
Now, Lauren LaRosa's mom is here. Now, you were talking and your phone was ringing. Your phone has been ringing all morning long. And Lauren was a little jealous because she was like, damn.
It's that man.
You got a man and you over 30. You got a man calling you. You blushing. You all smiling. You said the conversation happeny.
He was a good communicator.
He's a good communicator.
I like that.
Mama said he's a good communicator. Can you find a good communicator? Why don't you think your daughter could find a good communicator?
Not yet. I will, but not yet.
I think she can. I think all women can. It's just that you have to remember that that's what you want. Like you say, put it in the air.
Mm-hmm, put it in the atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, put it in the atmosphere. My son says the same thing too.
I also think
some of these women put fornication before communication, and that's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Break that down.
You care about sex before anything else.
No, I think that's a guy's belief. I don't know.
Not this new era of city girls, Mom.
I think that there are women that do that, and I think that there are women who, even if they don't want that to happen, they feel like they gotta do that in order to get the man where they think they need to get him at.
Exactly.
But eventually, what you realize, and that's what I'm saying, you need to take the time. For me, I had to be single a little bit because I had to realize like what was important. Like I don't even what.
You said a lot of it. You said a little bit.
It's been a little bit. Okay, majority of my life I've been in relationships, and when I sat and thought about that, I'm like, you gotta like take some time to yourself.
Did you like any of these guys that Lauren was bringing home?
I love what Lauren loves. I love what Don loves. That's theirs.
That means no.
Really?
That means no.
No, that means yes.
You know Lauren like the sizzle a little bit too. You know about that?
You know what?
What about these girls she be dabbling with?
What girl? What are you talking about?
You ain't know about that?
Mom, he's joking. He is joking.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you already had that combo.
Can you tell her you joking?
Lauren, I thought you already had that combo.
Mom, he's lying.
I know, baby. I know, baby.
She's all right. Whatever she loves, we love. If she like it, we love it.
If she lick it, we love it.
Can we open the top?
Yo, Kendra, we got Kendra.
Can we please open the phone line? I never wanted to phone Rich so bad. What is happening?
Kendra, you there, Kendra?
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm here.
Now, Kendra, it says, if I'm reading this right, it says you're 40 and you're single and very happy by choice.
Good morning. I'm a single mother by choice. So I had my daughter via sperm donation. And so we're a mom and baby family. I am 40. I am single, and I'm very happy. I love the life that I have created for me and my child.
Yes.
So,
but if a good man came along, you open to it, right?
I am. I think everybody wants human connection and human relations. Sure.
Man, hold on, man. I know I didn't just hear what I just heard. I'm gonna let the rest play, but I don't want the audience to. He says she's a single mother by choice because she got a sperm donation. Zacchaeus, man. Why? I know people do this, but why do people do this? Because technically, that's your way of saying I want to purposely bring a child into this world without the balance of having both fatherhood and motherhood.
I heard this many times from women. I heard a woman say that. Listen, I just want a child right now. That's what no thought maybe of a husband or no. I just want a child.
That's selfish, man.
Yeah, I just want a child. Yeah.
I don't like that. That's selfish.
When you gonna give me my child? That's what they say. When you gonna give me? I want a child. They don't want you. They don't want a man, but they want a child.
But yo, that's selfish because in the future, like she chose to be a single mother. Like there's a different. Like there are women who are single mothers, but they didn't necessarily wake up in the morning and say, you know what, today I want to be a single mother. I don't want no help from no father. As a matter of fact, I don't even want the kid to even know his father. Why does that get celebrated?
Maybe it's part of the Me Too movement, you know, where there's I'm a woman, independent, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's one of those things where
hold on, bro. How
do it? Because at this moment, at this time, they're making money. They feel that I can raise my son by myself. They go against whatever the Bible says because the foundation is like you need that man and that woman to raise that child. It's a good balance.
But does anybody care about the father? Sorry, does anybody care about the child having a father? When women do stuff like this? I mean, how many men? I mean, I don't know. Are there men out here just doing surrogacy with no mothers? I mean,
that's what it seems like.
Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. I mean, I guess we'll have to research that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, they just wanted that free. That's like more of a
like
free.
There's sperm clinics and sperm banks, but there's no womb clinics. How about that?
Right.
You notice that, right? There's no such thing as, hey fellas, you want to just have a kid? Just come to come to the womb clinic where we got plenty of women here. Who, I mean, there would be surrogacy, obviously.
Right.
I don't see that being a thing.
No.
Now, some would probably say, well, that does exist. Men are, doing payouts. I know usually families do this.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Where families will get a surrogacy. But I don't know if there's a trend of men anywhere in this world that was like, well, we're just going to choose surrogacies. These women just give the birth. They just agree to the birth. And then we have the child. I mean, and a surrogacy is different because you're still using the woman is still using another woman's eggs, right?
Yes.
If men did a surrogacy, and on purpose, then the woman that we chose to give the birth, that's going to be her child.
Yes.
So I don't recall. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking crazy, but maybe I'm not. But anyway, let me play the rest of the clip. Let me play the rest of this. Yeah. I don't want the point to get lost.
So I think
I would be open. Absolutely.
I think that people get it wrong with single women. It's like you're not single because you walking around with an "I hate men" sticker on your head. It's just you don't got time for a lot of the stuff that come with certain types of men. So yes, a good man comes along.
Yeah, but
thank you, Kendra.
All the woman Paul and Andy said in the post is that deep down, every woman really does want a man.
But I think too, it's a thing with women when you like if women just caught up here and said, "You right, I really do want a man. I can't live without a man." It's like as a woman, you kind of feel like it puts yourself in a position to be vulnerable, and we can't. It's really tough to be vulnerable with these men out here right now.
Tell the universe what you want. If you want a man, tell the universe I want a man.
But we'll take some more calls when we come back. 800
man.
585-1051. Spiritual Word yesterday posted. There's no single woman above 30 who is being happy single. No matter how you pretend to be, deep down, you want a man.
I was going to say why she tagged Lauren.
Facts or cat? 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
All right. Done with that, and we'll move on to our topic because I didn't realize how far we're into the show. But yeah, go ahead, Zacchaeus. What's your opinion on that, man?
I mean, it's a choice. I mean, most women, they rather stay. Some women, I won't say most. I say some maybe like the singlehood. They like it. So quite a few like it now. This day and age, and this year, this day and age, they like it. And I believe I agree with DJ Envy said at the end that most of them want to be with somebody that's good. Most of them want to be with somebody, and that's a fact. That's a whole fact. They just want to be with somebody. Yeah, but to just assume, just say that I just want to be single. There's people that I know right now, and that I know personally that is single, and they like their peace, they like their singlehood, but even when I speak to them, sometimes they say they wish it doesn't happen. They wish they could find somebody. They wish somebody they can be with that is compatible with them. Somebody that they can grow with. Somebody that they can just compliment them. But I say this, and I always say this: not everybody's meant to be in a relationship. Not everybody. I heard the saying called "every pot got a lid." I heard about that. That means that there's somebody out there for somebody.
Yeah, which that's not always the case.
That's not always somebody always. I hear some women jumping to say that. Oh, every pot got a lid. There's somebody out there for somebody.
Well, it may not be healthy. If you are a toxic woman, to help your point and speak to that bogus thing that women said about pots and pans. This ain't dishes. Listen, the thing is that let's just say there is somebody out there for you. Okay, so you're toxic, so you'll get a toxic man.
Yeah.
If you're willing to accept that, by all means, go at it.
Go right ahead.
But don't complain though.
You're right. And it's true. Not everybody is meant to be with somebody. They got some people that are they don't know how to compromise. It's either their way or the highway. They don't know how to compromise.
Yeah.
They don't want to compromise. This is me. Take it or leave it. I'm not changing for nobody.
Good. I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Yeah. And that's what some people are. They just don't want to. They say, okay, this is just me. Then you say that you're gonna leave. Then fifth, you know what you'll say? I'll leave.
I'll get out right out that door.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you arrive home, this happened to me before in the past, way before I got married. Then when you arrive home, you know what they tell you?
So
why did you leave?
because I didn't want to be in this toxic environment. Listen, every time I come home, I'm coming home to this. Like, who wants to come home to that?
Exactly. Yeah. Because hey, listen, there's some people that say that's just part of this. This is part of relationship life. They argue every day in and day out, and they think it's normal.
What's the outcome, though? Here's my thing. But what's the outcome? Okay, so you argued
every day they argue.
But what's the outcome? You're just still upset, and the same argument's going to recycle.
Well,
disagreements, but Zacchaeus, though, I'm not talking about just disagreements, right? You're going to have every relationship is going to have disagreements. I mean, that's even Bible.
Exactly, yeah.
It just tells us how to deal with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just it lets us know, but it just tells us how to deal with it when the disagreements come.
Right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about senseless arguments, senseless verbal abuse.
Oh, yeah. You're a damn fool. You left the toilet seat up again. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
What is that?
yeah. Oh, you left the toilet seat up again. You are that. Yeah. Argue about calling names at each other and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Calling names at each other. Say, you know what, honey, you getting too big now. I can't. That's why I'm not attracted to you anymore. You getting to stuff like that, man.
Ooh, Zacchaeus, there's a way to say that. So let me just say this to you, right? Being that you spoke that out. Listen, at the end of the day, man, it's about health, right?
Right.
Once we get all the shallow conversations out the way of a man saying he don't want a woman who's too skinny or too fat, I understand. But really, it's about health, man. If my wife is losing too much weight and she's looking like Maria Shriver, I should be able to say something.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if my wife is getting too big, like 600-pound life, and she getting bigger than Respucia from Norbit, I should be able to say something. I think I should be able to say something, right?
Yeah.
But there's a way to say it.
There's a way to say it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honey, let's go take a walk.
Didn't Proverbs 15:4 say with a wholesome tongue is a tree of life?
It's a tree of life, yeah.
So you gotta have a wholesome tongue.
Right. A wholesome tongue, yeah. Yeah, you can't say, baby, I think we should live the Popeye's fried chicken. Come on, man. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Just say, listen, we're gonna go for a walk around the track.
Yeah.
Several times. Encourage each other.
You do a couple things. Baby, let's go get our checkups. All right.
Yeah,
let's get our A1C and cholesterol and high blood pressure checked. Okay, now when them levels come back bad, you say, all right, baby, now let's get it together now because I need you to be here.
Right.
And you need me to be here. So let's get focused.
Right.
And we're gonna lose this weight together.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna lose this weight together. Exactly.
With a wholesome tongue.
I heard some Fifth. I heard some rough things that some couples say to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So two big couples going back and forth with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, every time I try and make love to you, look, I feel like we're a sumo wrestler. I'm like, oh man. I was like, oh man. I gotta lift my stomach up. You gotta lift your stomach up. I gotta lift my stomach up. I'm like, oh man. I was like,
wow. That sound like
buttermilk biscuits.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, but
Jesus Christ. Oh, it took forever for us to get to this point, but this is funny. Okay, over possessive people.
Yeah, over possessive people. Yes. Oh, man.
Okay, let's give an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in a relationship, and your girl or boyfriend, because men and women both do this to each other, man. It's actually quite disturbing.
Oh, wow.
Give me your phone.
Oh, I know that one. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
We got him.
Oh, yeah. By the way, you didn't give me your phone. Give me your phone.
You know that's
before you
the
go
thing.
to bed, I need to see your phone.
I need to go through your phone. I need to check your social medias, your message, your text messages, all your apps and stuff
That's
like
right.
that.
Oh, yes. Who is this Trey?
why we gotta do that?
Exactly. Check my phone. Who's this Trey? You ain't going to bed. Who's this Trey? Come on.
Yeah. She going through your phone, right?
Yeah.
And she says, "Who's Bernice?" He's like, "Bernice? That's my mother."
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I mean, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
And it's like, I don't want a relationship like that. That is toxic.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
This one. I see you looking at that girl. I see you looking at that girl. Go, ooh, you're not gonna say nothing. I see you looking at that girl. I didn't look at her. Take off your shades. I see you looking at that girl. Toxic. Toxic. Over jealous. Toxic. Possessive. Oh, yeah. And another one too. And I'm gonna go for the fellas too. Not a toxic. He gotta know he's following you.
Oh, location.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta track her.
You gotta track
and all that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or not a toxic one for the men too. But
Zacchaeus, hold on. Okay. There's a difference between by force and by will. So we're talking about by force, right? I'm not saying that your wife and husband putting on their trackers for each other is over obsessive.
Right.
I'm saying if it's by force, it can be.
Yes.
But if they're willingly saying, baby, hey, this is for safety reasons.
Oh, that's different.
That's different
because
what we're talking about the forces for control reasons. That's two different things. Speaking of that, kids, you're married, so you give your take on it and you know other married couples, not that you got to announce their business.
Right.
But I know you know of situations where it is by force.
Oh, yeah. By force is like being over possessive. In other words, cut off your friend, cut off certain friends, or just cut off certain things, certain people from you. I gotta be up beneath you all the time.
Certain people or all people?
Well, I think most of family or maybe friends.
Yep.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And usually starts with friends.
Yeah. Yep.
So in other words, isolate you, they move far away. She's her desire or his desire is to move far away from the rest of the family, far away. For isolation, far away. And nobody hears from you. They don't know your whereabouts. They hear from you. They know that you're with her, but they don't hear from you.
Yeah.
You don't get phone calls. You don't receive any phone call. They don't call. You got to actually go physically to there to see what's going on. Because you don't know if you're not hearing nothing. So, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous because, and there's people that do that. Over obsession, let's call it. Over obsession in a relationship. And there's people that worship and idolize you. They have to have, like, for example, now, tattoos of your face on their body.
Go ahead and say who it is.
You know, I'm what's it called? Sharion Rock?
Krishan Rock and Blueface.
Krishan Rock. I believe that's idolatry to a point of no return. Idolatry to a point of where you don't have. What I read is that she put, I think, about 7 tattoos of his face on her body, and then she written on her own blood. I think she snuck into his property and written in blood, "I love you, Blueface," in blood, in her own blood.
Yeah, that's voodoo.
Yeah, so it's more like a obsession of worship of someone, and they have some celebs that went through that. You know, I know. I don't want to go off track though, but oh God. I know John Lennon had a crazy fan. They have people that have crazy people that just obsessed over them. But when you're in a relationship and that person's obsessed over you, it's to a point of they become like a god in your life to a point of like you can't do no wrong in front of their eyes. If anybody says anything about you, she's willing to knuckle up and take you out. If she sees you with anybody, that they're willing to take that person physically out so they can be with you. If it's like the same goes, if I can't have you, no one else.
No one will. Oh,
I beg your pardon.
So when you see
I beg your pardon,
somebody like that, it becomes dangerous and it becomes scary and dangerous at the same time. Yeah. Scary and dangerous. There's stories like that. There's celebrities that died because of that. Yes. Selena.
Marlon
Santana. Yeah, well, Marlon Santana, yeah. There was a girl that set him up. Yeah.
He was set up. Maybe the situation is slightly different, but he was set up. There was a situation. Yeah, there was some obsession.
What happened was he turned her down.
Yeah.
And she couldn't take it. So what she did was she lied and got, I guess, her old school boyfriend or
and
that and said that he got that rape, I'll put the G word, the R word,
But that's a case of I can't have you, no one else will. Because she went to those messages to get him,
Yes.
Yeah, took an attitude, which is that's scary, man.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zacchaeus, let me say this real quick. Let me give it back to you. So understand this is more of a power thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
This has nothing to do with you actually loving and caring about the person. This is all about power, right? Having power to the length of what you think someone could take or not. It's like when you allow someone little things, it grows. So I knew someone, I'm not going to give names, the phone thing, that's happened before. First it was, give me your phone, right? I just want to see something. No, first it was, can I have your phone? Then it was, give me your phone. Then it was, leave your phone here while you go out. You see what I'm saying? It's steps.
Yeah. Subtle.
Yeah. So this is what happens when you let certain things happen. They start to become. You give them a snack.
Yeah.
They want food.
Mm-hmm.
You give them food, they want to feast. You see what I'm saying? You have to be very careful.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then next thing you know, she be snatching out your hand. Let me see that.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Yeah.
Or she's showing up to your place of work.
Yes.
Showing up to when you go visit family without her.
Right.
Also, she doesn't want to go anywhere without you. And then anywhere that you're invited to, she got to be there. But says it in a nice way. Then it comes to a point where if she can't be there, you can't go.
Right.
Or vice versa. Okay, I know men do this with women too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We're talking we're not being gender specific. We're just men. So we talk about, we date women. So we talk, you're going to hear women first. But the thing is, this is not gender specific. This is just something that happens. You talked about isolation. Now that's an easy way to abuse someone. When you move someone away from their friends and family,
yes.
Now they can't see them. The context starts to diminish.
Yes.
I know a story, man. This pisses me off to this day. It's a woman I used to work with.
Yeah.
I remember her telling me that she had a boyfriend, and she said, "You know what? We're on a break right now." I said, "Okay." I said, "You know, I don't need to ask why." But she told me, she was like, "You know, things were okay, but I just feel like sometimes he just gets so mad." Another co-worker overheard that conversation, and she was like, "You know what? I think I'm concerned for her." And I said, "Why you say that?" She said, "You notice what she said about the man getting so mad?" She was like, "Is that a sign?" And I said, "Yes, that could be. Because what the heck is he getting so mad about?" Although we don't have the full story.
Right.
So then what happens is she goes back to where she's from, right? And then she moves later on. They move to, I guess, where his family's originally from, right? So he moved away from family. At some point, she, let's just say, escaped him.
Uh-oh.
He tracked her down. You know what he did when he tracked her down?
What's that? The M word?
He ended her life. When they were looking for her parents, they showed up to the apartment that she let them know that she was living at the time when she broke up from her boyfriend.
Wow.
He found her. They had to break down that apartment. They had to get up in there because it was locked. The shower was running. He killed her. He put her in a bathtub. The father finds his daughter butt naked in the bathtub, blood. She had a shot wound. She was shot dead.
Wow. True story.
Rest in peace to Wendy.
Wendy's her name.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to her. Condolences to her family. Sad. Very sad. Very, very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah, man.
Very sad. That's why your coworker said she's concerned about her.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very sad. True story.
Yeah, this happened years ago. This happened back in 2017, I think. 2017, 2018, maybe.
Oh,
I met her in 2016.
Yeah.
So
sad.
This is so very sad because she was a sweet young woman. You know, she was very nice to me. She was nice to others. Short time, but the short time that we knew each other, she left an impact. You know what I'm saying? She was that kind of person. You know, and it's so sad. Like, you shouldn't have to go out like that.
No.
They arrested him. He's in prison for a long time.
I'm glad they arrested him. But
long. He turned himself in. But
he's man.
He's been arrested for a very. I think he might have life or pretty much life. He got a lot of years, so most of his life is going to be in prison. He won't be getting out for a long time.
Right.
You know, but this is the traits of being over possessive, being obsessed to the point where you just do harm to people. And, you know, I say the story pisses me off is because the type of person that she was, she didn't deserve it. But I want to tell you something, though. I want to tell you something that I saw a picture that disturbed me before she passed away. They took a picture together. I hate how art imitates life and life imitates art. They took a Halloween picture together. She dressed up as a cop. He dressed up as an inmate. In the picture, the caption, she wrote, "My inmate." And now she's gone.
Wow. Wow.
Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
You know, when it comes to that now, I know people that went through that.
Yeah.
Not to a point of death, but almost to a point of, but just damage, serious damage, bodily damage.
Yeah.
And sometimes we are given some red flags to get out before it gets too late. And a lot of times, some people, when they're in that situation, they get complacent. Maybe you have a nice home together. You have assets that you invested with that person. Maybe you invested some time with that person. And you're afraid of change. Or you're afraid to let go. You're afraid of change, you're afraid to let go. But all throughout the relationship, tumultuous relationship, God has given you certain signs, red flags. And I'm sure she's seen red flags way before that happened to her. And sometimes you think it's going to get better. Some people, you say, oh, it's good. He'll get better. He'll get better. But a man doesn't change unless he wants to change.
Yep.
You cannot change a man. You cannot change a woman. You cannot change a people that's possessive. They got to see that something is wrong with them to make that change. They got to think, okay, I need help. Okay, I get angry. I need help. Oh, I need help. If they're not saying that, and they're not even making an effort, you got to find a way to exit out.
Mm.
In order for you to get God's blessing on your life, you have to close that chapter. You got to get away. You just have to, but you're giving so many signs that it's getting worse to a point where he kills you.
Mm. Mm.
Because I'm sure that in that moment, in that time, in that space, that where he's not in your sight or in your presence, that was your moment to get out.
Yeah.
That was your moment to exit out. And then, see, when you exit out, they'll try to track you down, chase you. But this is your time to report. Keep yourself safe. Run to your family, report. Tell them that there's somebody after you. Report it. And make that report and let your family be aware of what's going on. So they can be aware that, okay, he's coming. And people, when you give them that information, there's people around that may be able to help you.
Yeah.
Maybe law enforcement. Maybe there's some people around that know in and out and say, listen, I think you better stay here. Safety. There was to make a long story short, there was a woman that was young lady, true story.
Yeah.
True story. MS-13. It's a Latino gang.
Yep.
Yeah, syndicate.
Yep.
And there was a young woman that had a boyfriend in that syndicate. Guess she didn't know or she was aware, but she had a boyfriend in the syndicate. And she see the killer, see the murder, she was going on. She was trying to get out herself. She finally got out. She was protected by the law enforcement. The unit, FBI or law enforcement unit, protected her, kept her in one state. You know what she did? Because she felt lonely and she felt she needed somebody.
Oh, no.
She went back to her old boyfriend in the other state.
There we go. Yeah.
She went back. They said, look, stay here. She was fine the way she is. She said, stay here, do whatever you do. Do not go back there. We got you protected. He doesn't know where you are. We got rid of your cell phone. We didn't know where you are. Stay right here. You know what that young lady did? She went right back.
Mm-hmm.
Set her up, and you know what happened? She went back to the gang, to the group, and then whatever. Some girls set her up, and you know what happened. The rest of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true story. Happened several years ago, maybe early 2000s to 05, 06, several years ago. So sometimes a person is protected. Sometimes they given signs and signals, and they just don't take the escape. And God sometimes give you the escape route, but sometimes you just don't take it.
Yeah. It's a terrible thing, man.
Yeah.
I don't really have any more to add on the topic, man. You have like a final thought, and then we'll end the show.
I think I shared quite a bit.
Okay, that was your okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna get up out of here. Zacchaeus. Once again, rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. Condolences to his family.
Yes, rest in peace. Yeah, Quan. Yeah. Rest in peace, and rest in peace to you, and condolences to the family as well. Yes. Yeah. Oh yes.
I'll let them know where I'm at. I'll let you end off. Y'all can holler at me at the Fifth General, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Fifth General TV, YouTube, Fifth General TV, TikTok. All right, Zacchaeus, let them know where they can reach you.
Yeah, you can reach me at Zacchaeus Music on Instagram, Wayne Backus Gospel on Instagram, also Wayne Backus on 167 on Facebook, also Wayne Backus Zacchaeus on TikTok, also on my YouTube channel. You got Zacchaeus Gospel Music, Zacchaeus Gospel Soca 5521 on YouTube. Zacchaeus with another live word a day on YouTube. Check me out. Also, you got Mr. Z and Fifth.
Yep.
If you like what you heard, smash that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel, Mr. Z and Fifth. We got more coming. Mr. Z and Fifth. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take a week off after this to get ready for the season finale. So enjoy this one. 29. Catch up on the rest of the season if you missed it. Catch up on the rest of the seasons. I mean,
Yeah.
We've been doing this since 2017. So we have plenty of material. You can't run out of very quickly. You could binge listen to it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Good material. We got some good stuff, man. We do.
Exactly.
Really good stuff to learn from. Yeah.
Also, listen to our former podcast that we had with our brother Cinema, the Round Circle podcast, which is a more like entertainment music centered podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That we used to do. That's on the YouTube page as well.
Yes.
But yeah, man, check us out, man. All right, we're gonna get up out of here. Enjoy this episode. We won't have one the next week, but the week after that, you'll see the season finale. All right. Definitely. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.